All right, for number 49, we're given two matrices. We're given this matrix and we're told that's matrix A. And we're given this matrix and we're told that's matrix A times B. And we're asked to find B. Now, if these were numbers, we would just divide A times B by A and be left with B. But there's no such thing as matrix division. And so what we need to do here is use the inverse and the properties of inverses to remove the A out of this and just be left with B. So if we took the inverse of A and we multiplied that by our AB, then notice what happens here. We have the inverse of A times A, and remember what that is. A matrix times its inverse, or the inverse times the original matrix. Either way you do it, it's going to equal the identity matrix, which in the case of a 2 by 2 is this. It's the matrix equivalent of 1. And so essentially what's going to happen is when we multiply these, this is now just 1. So these are going to cancel out, and you're left with B. So that's what we need to do. We need to take the inverse of A and multiply that by AB. And the result is going to be the matrix B that we're looking for. Now at this point, you could just plug this into the calculator and that's going to give you the answer. But I think that it would be beneficial for me to show you how to do this by hand, because it will also show you how to find the determinant of a 2 by 2 matrix and the inverse of a 2 by 2 matrix, and how to multiply two matrices together. So let me do this by hand. I'm first going to start off by finding the inverse of this matrix. So that inverse is going to be 1 over the determinant. Remember, the determinant is this number times this number, so 8 times 6, minus this number times this number, so 3 times negative 4. Multiplied by this matrix, but with these two numbers switched. So we'll put the 6 up here and the 8 down here. And these numbers stay where they are, but they change signs. So this will be positive 4 and negative 3. All right, so 8 times 6 is 48. Negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. So this is going to be 1 over 60 times this matrix, 6, 4, negative 3, 8. So 6 times 1 over 60 is going to be 1 over 10. 4 times 1 over 60 is 1 over 15. Negative 3 times 1 over 60 is negative 1/20th. And 8 times 1 over 60 is 2 over 15. So that now is A inverse. And we need to multiply this times AB to get B. So let's erase this, make some room. I'm going to put this matrix up here. So this 1/10, 1/15, negative 1/20th, and 2 over 15. So we want to multiply this matrix times AB. So I'm going to put AB up here. And the reason I did that is so that we can see, I'm going to draw some lines through this so we can see how we're multiplying these together. We need to multiply this row times this column. So 1/10 times 36. So that's 36 over 10 plus 1/15 times negative 24. So that's minus 24 over 15. And that's going to equal 2. So we get 2 right there. Then we need to multiply this row times this column. So 1 over 10 times 48. So 48 over 10 plus 1 over 15 times 48. So that's 48 over 15. And that's going to equal 8. And then this row times this column, so negative 120 times 1 over 20 times 36, negative 36 over 20 minus 48 over 15, and that's going to be negative 5. And then, so negative 5 right here, and then finally this last one is going to be this row times this column. So negative 48 over 20 plus 96 over 15. And that's going to equal 4. And so this is our answer right here. This matrix is the answer. 2, 8, negative 5, 4. That's B. So if you multiply this original A here times this B, you should get this matrix there, AB.